Episode 330. Have you heard the saying that we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with? Or, as my grandmother liked to say, show me your friends and I show you who you are. Whether it's 5 or 1 or 20, the people in our lives influence us. They contribute to our beliefs. They cause us to think about aspects of life in different ways. And their actions may lead us to act in ways we otherwise wouldn't. Nicholas Christakis and James Fowler were the first researchers to conduct a major study on the effects of social influence. They had data spanning over 3 decades, and they were able to show a real cause and effect relationship between individual friends and friends of friends and weight gains. While the researchers looked for a variety of explanations, they drew the following conclusion. If your friend is overweight, or a friend of a friend, it changes your perception of what is acceptable as a body size, and your behavior changes accordingly. You might be less strict with your diet and exercise habits. In another study, the same researchers looked at smoking and found that if your friend smokes, you are 61% more likely to be a smoker yourself. If a friend of your friend smokes, you are still 29% more likely to smoke. And for a friend of a friend, the likelihood is 11%. But perhaps the most interesting study was that of happiness. Our happiness is determined by a complex set of voluntary and involuntary factors, ranging from our genes to our health to our wealth. Emotions can spread from person to person in a process called emotional contagion. If someone smiles at you, I'm sure you've noticed it's instinctive to smile back. If your partner is depressed, you can become depressed. The 2 researchers followed almost 5,000 people from 1983 to 2003. These individuals were embedded in a larger network of over 12,000 people. They had an average of 11 connections to others in the social network, including friends, family, co-workers, and neighbors. And their happiness was assessed every few years. They found that a person's happiness is related to the happiness of their friends' friends, and their friends' friends, basically people well beyond their social horizon. Happy friends make you happier, and each individual happy friend increases a person's probability of being happy by about 9%. Happiness, therefore, is not merely about personal experience, but it also is related to the groups we are part of. Think for a minute about the people in your life. I would assume you have wonderful people in your social circle. They are funny, entertaining, they make you laugh and always have an open house for you. Lifelong friends, really close people that know all your secrets, family that you see regularly, and maybe even some new people that you just met recently. How do you prioritize your friends? If all of them want to meet with you this weekend, who gets the yes from you and who gets the no? Does your party friend from kindergarten get you out every Saturday for a great time, where you drink more than you really want to and spend more money than you can afford, just because she's your best friend? While you keep putting off that older woman you met at the workshop last month, whom you promised to have coffee with to brainstorm some ideas for your blog. What about the meetup group you joined months ago? You signed up for every meeting so far, but skipped it last minute because a buddy of yours calls the day off and asks for your time. And because that's at least someone you know and are comfortable with. We all have a wide variety of people in our life. But I believe we get comfortable. Hanging out with the same people becomes a routine, just like watching Netflix and surfing the web. We go for what we know. We can predict what will happen in advance. It's easy. This new person that we don't know yet, it's a little scary. We don't think we will enjoy ourselves as much. I have found that my friends are all special and enrich my life in unique ways. Even the ones that drag me down with their words and actions. I learn from them. They force me to uphold my boundaries and they affirm what matters to me. Everyone matters to me, but I have become more deliberate in deciding with whom I will spend my time. I don't necessarily get rid of people. I don't shut certain people out. But I have found that if I hang with people who do average things and have average life goals, I don't get past average either. Average is not meant negative here. My average is different from yours. Average for me is the day-to-day. Average doesn't push me. It doesn't challenge me. Some people are at a stage in their life where their career matters most to them. I'm not. Others talk about politics, TV, or their day-to-day drama. I'm not interested in any of these. In this moment of my life, I'm focused on my growth, my podcast, my future, my purpose. I'm also very focused on my health and my fitness. I'm on a quest, and there are only a handful of people in my life that know about it in detail and openly support my journey. These are mostly new friends, people I don't even know that well. For my fitness, it's my trainer and a couple of people I follow closely on social media. Every time I meet with these people, read their content and watch their videos, I walk away with ideas, action items, and more motivation for my journey. I have noticed that I get the most out of my time with others when I learn something from them that helps me move forward on my quest. Chilling out over dinner, sharing about the work week, discussing some challenges from work or personal life, all this is good and needed from time to time. But when others push me beyond average, when they ask me about my progress, my struggles, when we together brainstorm ideas and think outside the box, when they go the extra mile and challenge me to go with them, and when they look for the best in me and try to pull it out, that's when I feel that my time was spent in the best possible way. It now matters less to me what I do. I used to spend endless time researching the coolest and newest restaurants, or look for events and activities to do. Nowadays, my favorite coffee shop down the block from my house is good enough. That's where I often write my episodes. I meet friends or simply think over a delicious frittata and an excellent cup of coffee. It's less about what I do and where, but more about who I'm with. And I notice that the more I focus on what to do with a person, the less I look forward to actually the person themselves. The less I plan, and the more I concentrate on just being myself and making the best out of our time, the more fulfilling the time actually is. So take a look at your social time today and over the next few weeks. Holiday season is upon us. That's often the time we seek comfort and routine. We meet the same people at the same places. What if we try to change it up a little and seek out new people, different places and unconventional activities? Something that challenges us and takes us out of our comfort zone. You may find what I discovered every time I do it. It's scary, it's risky, and it often comes from those people that don't immediately stand out because they are cool and hip and drive the latest car. Surprising wisdom and insight often comes from those that sit in the back, that don't wear the latest fashion and that look different from us. A kind word from a stranger, a smile from your elderly neighbor, the invitation from someone in your yoga class. My motivation for you today is this: go for it. Find more of those people that are above average and spend more of your time with them. And then notice the effect it will have on your quest, your goals, and your being. Most of our friends are easy to get along with. They're always up for a dinner or a drink. But not everyone is able to challenge us, show us what's possible, and hold us accountable to our biggest tasks. May you find those people in your life that can do that. Much love.